Crampton was a young graduate in 1956 when he joined the Nelson City Council as an engineer. He was the city engineer when he retired in 1998. In a career with many highlights, the big floods of August 1970 stand out. The city was cut off at Bishopdale and Rocks Road. In the brook, there was huge damage and a fatality, while the Maitai River breached its banks big time.
Well, what we now know as Bradford Park, the water was flooding across there, and when it got to Upper Nile Street, there used to be a shop on the corner. It broke its banks there and flowed down Nile Street and then through private property to Pitt Street, and this was about 3 o'clock in the morning on the Sunday morning, across into the Botanical Reserve at the foot of the centre of New Zealand, out into Milton Street, and then diagonally across to Grove Street and Cambria Street, and caused flooding of basements and houses and surface flooding.
Even though the stream that flooded out around the Botanics was fast flowing and 3 to 4 metres wide, the main Maitai River was packing a punch that took out 4 bridges.
The first bridge that got carried away was Jekyll's Bridge, which is the road bridge in what is now known as Bradford Park. Then downstream we come as far down as Nile Street, where there was a footbridge in those days, not a traffic bridge, and it was washed away. Then to Hardy Street, and it wasn't washed away until the Monday afternoon. The bridge at Bridge Street was seriously undermined, and it was out of action for quite a long time. Then at the line of Halifax Street, the footbridge was washed away, and the bridges at Collingwood Street and Trafalgar Street were undermined, but were able to be put back into service fairly quickly.
The fall of the Hardy Street Bridge was quite a spectacle.
When the weather cleared, people could be out in the sun watching the footbridge being washed away, because it takes about 6 hours for the water to come down from the upper reaches of the Maitai. That was quite an exciting and interesting thing for local residents.
The clean-up allowed for big improvements, even winning the council some concessions from the famously difficult landowner, Miss Richardson.
The council contacted Miss Richardson, and not only did she agree to the land which is now known as Bradford Park, tucked in under the Botanical Hill, to be transferred to the city, which allowed a much gentler route to the new bridge as compared with the existing road, which was alongside the riverbank and was getting undermined. She allowed that to happen, but also she enabled the council at the time to take possession of the land from which the golf course was created. So it's an ill wind in this case that it did blow some good.
Matt Crampton, one of those whose story entwines with Nelson's Maitai River.